Now to a village board meeting in Dalton that absolutely erupted.
We want to show you the moment that former Mayor Lori Lightfoot from Chicago tried to speak from the crowd.
I'm sorry, sis. I apologize. All right, clear the room, guys.
You can see right after it got very chaotic. Let's get right to CBS 2's Jermont Terry live in Dalton. Jermont, we saw you in the middle of it all at one point.
Yeah, it was a little crazy inside Village Hall, Joe and Erica. One resident put it best, calling this a disgrace. That's how residents feel. This nearly 2-hour meeting was not adjourned. It was cut short when harsh words between residents and others nearly came to blows, forcing police to rush in to stop a fight, which brought this village board meeting to an abrupt end. Take a look.
All right, guys. All right. Clear the room. Everybody out. That's what I told y'all. Stand up.
Now, chairs were quickly shoved out of the way. There was already a heavy Dalton police presence for this heated trustee meeting. You can see officers trying to separate the two sides. There were those in support of Tiffany Henyard and those who support the efforts by the trustees to move forward with an independent investigation into Henyard's spending. Now, throughout the night, there was a constant interruption. The chief of police repeatedly threatened to shut the meeting down if there was not order maintained. Yet the chaos broke out when Mayor Henyard refused to let Lori Lightfoot speak. Lightfoot has been hired by trustees to look into any wrongdoing by Henyard's administration. Mayor Henyard vetoed that investigation last month. Yet when the motion came for the trustees to overturn the mayor's veto, that's what caused the ruckus. Lightfoot stepped to the podium. Her mic was not on, but she eventually said a few words to the Dalton residents.
Anyone to stop us and obstruct our ability to get to the facts.
Try to conduct things civilly and things got out of hand. And it's largely because people, as we see, are being blocked out of the meeting, not allowed to speak. And when we follow Robert's Rules of Order and they still refuse to allow it, the residents are frustrated.
Now, Mayor Henyard left the room once the fight almost started, but she keeps insisting she has done nothing wrong and this is nothing more than a distraction to Dalton's business. Now, present for the first time in weeks, trustee Andrew Holmes. Holmes has been absent ever since allegations and a civil lawsuit claims he sexually assaulted a former Dalton employee on a village-funded trip to Las Vegas. He did not talk tonight, nor has he ever talked about this civil suit. So what, if any, order of business was handled here at the Dalton Village Hall? In the end, the trustees, they were able to get enough votes to override the mayor's veto, which means Lightfoot's investigation into any wrongdoing moves forward with a paycheck. This is parallel to that FBI probe here in Dalton as well. Now, in the end, police, despite everything that you saw here, did not arrest anyone. Reporting live in Dalton, outside Village Hall, where it was feisty inside, Jermont Terry, CBS 2 News.
Quite a night for sure, Jermont.
Also breaking tonight, one of the most chaotic meetings in Dalton that we've seen yet. Police had to stop it from getting physical.
Let's get right to political reporter Paris Schutz and the showdown between Lori Lightfoot and Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Paris.
Dawn and Scott, that showdown is continuing outside of Dalton Village Hall. Trustees voted 4-2 to override Mayor Henyard's veto and reinstate Mayor Lori Lightfoot's investigation into Henyard's spending into that 2023 trip to Las Vegas. And as you mentioned, soon after that vote, things just broke down into utter chaos. Multiple sides shouting obscenities at each other. Cops had to step in and break it up. This is right after Henyard and her allies tried to block Lightfoot from getting up and making some brief remarks. Eventually, Lightfoot got her mic turned on, and here's a little bit of what she had to say.
Thank you. What I will say is that it's an honor to be working on behalf of the residents of Dalton. We have not arrested anyone.
You was once a mayor, too. You should not even be disrespectful like that.
Want to stop us and obstruct our ability to get to the facts.
Clear the room. Clear the room, guys. This means adjourn. Everybody out.
So 2 hours of absolute contention here. Lots of residents voicing their concerns. Earlier today, Mayor Henyard had the block in front of Village Hall cordoned off, making it very difficult for folks to get here, especially if you were senior or disabled. So Lightfoot's investigation, at least according to trustees, is back on now. It's going to focus into Henyard's spending of village resources, as well as that 2023 trip to Las Vegas. And Henyard doesn't believe the investigation is legal. Now, residents lined up hours before the meeting. They got in, they packed the village hall, and they let their feelings about Mayor Henyard be known.
Yeah, you're not going to understand until they put those cuffs on you. You're not going to understand it. You don't care. But, baby, they on to you.
It is a shame that we, the public, can't ask you anything about the BMWs, the Range Rovers, all of that. It's like you're keeping all of that hidden from the taxpayers, and we paid for those.
You guys are following fiction, a made-up story. It is a smear campaign going on right now. People are using...
So as you can see right outside Dalton Village Hall here on MLK Drive in the village of Dalton, residents still fuming, still voicing their concerns to police officers. Police officers had to keep the peace as the meeting erupted into chaos. But the news out of this meeting, trustees vote 4-2 against Mayor Henyard. They reinstate Lightfoot's investigation into things that the FBI is also probing right now. A lot of things happening here in Dalton. And Dawn and Scott will continue to follow it in the days to come, but now we go back to you.
Rob, this is not the first time a Dalton Village Board meeting has ended abruptly, but it was perhaps the first time it ended physically, as most of the trustees voted to move forward with a $400-hour investigation into Mayor Tiffany Henyard.
All right, guys. All right. Clear the room. Clear the room.
It was all but a bench-clearing brawl inside Dalton Village Hall.
Hey, no disrespecting nobody, come on.
Tempers had simmered for hours. As village residents chided Mayor Tiffany Henyard for dodging questions about village business and spending.
So it don't matter how many questions that we ask you, you never ever answer the questions.
Henyard repeatedly fired back.
You're putting a black eye on our community. You're putting people... Guys.
But it was the silent, lurking presence of Chicago's former mayor turned paid private investigator Lori Lightfoot that severed any sense of order. Lightfoot was initially hired in April by 4 of Dalton's 6 trustees to dig into the spending and village records kept by Mayor Henyard. Tonight, trustees moved to override a mayoral vote on paying Lightfoot to carry out the investigation.
Let her see! Let her see!
Henyard supporters silenced the mics. But no matter, a former mayor who once oversaw chaotic Chicago City Council meetings shouted over the clamor. Little of what Lightfoot said registered. Dalton's police chief, a close Henyard ally, forced angry village residents to clear the hall. Senior trustee Jason House, who hired Lightfoot, said,
A lot of residents are curious about the status of the investigation, how she's been moving forward, so she wanted to kind of give an overview and also ask Dalton's mayor to transparently work with the investigation.
Outside, Dalton residents thrown out into the parking lot were furious.
I think it's ludicrous. I think this whole administration is ludicrous.
This is the case of them giving preferential treatment to non-resident supporters of an inept, illegitimate, corrupt administration.
Also present and voting at tonight's Village Board meeting was Dalton trustee and former Chicago community activist Andrew Holmes. This is the first time Holmes has attended one of these meetings since a former Dalton employee accused him of sexual assault during a village-funded trip to Las Vegas last year. That is now under investigation, but Holmes has not been charged with any crime.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC 7 Chicago Eyewitness News.
Ready? Eric. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for coming out this evening. I would like to call to order our regular meeting of Board of Trustees. Today is Monday, June 3rd, 2024, and the time is 6:47 p.m. Please call the roll.
Good evening, everyone. Trustee Norwood. Trustee Stan Brown.
Present.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Present.
Trustee House.
Present.
Trustee Holmes.
Present.
Trustee Belcher.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, if everybody will stand for the pledge.
United States of America. For which is stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, if everybody continue to stand for a prayer, Will, if you would.
Father, we come before you. We thank you, Father, for always hearing and answer our prayers. Father, your word to declare, if my people will call by my name, will humble themselves and pray, seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, then will you hear from heaven, then will you forgive our sins and heal our land. Father, we ask for your healing of this land, Father, and we thank you for this gathering of your leaders, Father. Continue to bless our great leader, Father, with courage, Father, with wisdom to lead your people. Father, we ask for a blessing upon this meeting, and for grace and peace. We ask all this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. All right, next is public comment. You have 3 minutes to address the body. And I just want to give you the rules. Please be respectable. Please be quiet when people are speaking so we can hear whatever they want to talk about. And if you are disrupted during a meeting, you will be removed. You cannot disrupt a meeting, guys. We're here to conduct business. So thank you so much for listening. All right, go ahead. Who's your first person for public comment? Lacey, you keeping the time? Time? Okay, timer.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let her talk.
Go ahead. Go ahead. You have 3 minutes. Go ahead.
Mr. Garn, go ahead.
No, you just got to push the button.
No, I don't push
There you go.
Shit ought to be working. All right. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Thanks.
Good evening.
Thanks for coming out. Before we get started, I'd like to say this to everyone in the room. Let's have some decorum. Let's be cool. Don't give them a reason to stop the meeting. Just keep that in your mind. Number one, I don't know, where do I start? This is another sham. We all know it. So we got to deal with it accordingly. We have to be on one accord. I'm not speaking to the board. I'm not speaking to the people on the dais. I'm speaking to the residents. We're tired. Am I right? Then we've got to act like we're tired. We've got to take our village and our township back in that order. And we've got to get rid of the administration, the current administration, minus the people's trustees that are fighting for us. We've got to back them up. All of this talking in the grocery store lines and on the phone with each other, whatever you have to say tonight, say it. We deserve it. It is our village. This is our building. We can't park in the parking lot. That's like Pete's or Mariano shutting down the parking lot. This is our village. And these things are only going to continue as long as we allow them. If I can't say anything else, I wish I wore my shirt tonight, because Delgado unasked that seat. Have a good evening.
Call the next person.
Good evening, residents. Good evening, my 4 fantastic trustees and Madam Clerk and my residents. Thank you all for coming out and showing out. This question is for the trustees, and I know you can answer it if you like. Do you ever are the trustees ever allowed to put anything on the agenda? No. And I would like to know why, because they are entitled to put things on the agenda. As a former trustee, that's unheard of for them not being allowed to put anything on the agenda. My next question is, I saw it with my own eyes, Keith Price pulling into the parking lot, and the residents couldn't park in there, and this is our building. I have a problem with that. This is for the mayor. Per our last conversation at Dunkin' Donuts, you asked me, could you talk to me? I allowed you to talk to me. And Madam Clerk, I want it on record today that Tiffany Henyard can never, ever, as long as she stay black, approach me and ask, can she talk to me, because all she do is lie. And she know what I'm talking about. And I would like to know why you have non-employees that does not work for the village sitting behind the counter where all the residents' personal information is. Why are they allowed to sit back there? Again, because this is not the first time. Thank you.
All right, next person.
Good evening. It's looking a little light up there where all the department heads is at. The little financial lady, she done ran. But again, I think it's so horrible that this mayor will use her police department to block all the parking spaces so the elderly and the handicapped people have to walk a block to get to this meeting. Oh my God. I'm sure you're proud of yourself, Tiffany. You're very proud. I just think you can end, I know you can end this if you would just be transparent. All the facts is out about you. Everybody knows everything about you, what you've done. And for some of you trustees is riding, Mr. Stan riding a bike, you're going to ride it all the way to the federal penitentiary with this woman. You should be ashamed of yourself. You're too old to be going to jail, man. You got more years in back of you than in front of you. But, you know, hey, that's what you want to do. And Andrew, oh my God, you look horrible. You look like you're dying. You really do. But like I said, even the lawyers that sit up there with you, they're not telling you the right thing. And that's awful. Are you willing to lose your license by not telling this woman the correct thing to do up there? Did you tell her it was okay to block the parking lots off from the citizens? And you're a lawyer? That's crazy. Y'all gonna lose y'all license doing that type of stuff. We need transparency. We want to know where our money is at. We need that. And the scary thing about it, you really don't care. You're not going to understand until they put those cuffs on you. You're not going to understand it. You don't care. But baby, they on to you. It's coming. It's coming, and they taking their time because they going to make sure all those counts, they going to have a bunch of counts on you and your administration. And I'm going to tell you something, Stan Brown and Andrew Holmes, being a co-conspirator is real. You can do some time too getting caught up in this mess. And you are. And I think the only reason why a lot of you all are just so on her team so hard because you've done something. You've taken money. You've done something. So again, keep riding the bike because you're going straight to the federal penitentiary. Mr. Stan Brown and Andrew Holmes, you already know where you're going. You done. You done. Thank you, everybody.
All right, call the next person.
Good evening, almost everyone except 4 people. I'm going to name them: Trustee Holmes, Dan Brown, William Moore, Chief Lacey. Let me start by saying, Tiffany, you need an epiphany. And I'm going to break that down because I know you don't know what it means, but what I mean by that, a lot of people,
Quiet.
when they do things, even myself, sometimes when you're going through the motions, you don't really understand the depth of what you're doing or maybe how wrong it is. But when you have that epiphany, then you say to yourself, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Or maybe I should have done this. Or maybe I should have said that. You don't do that. You double down on wrongness. And I don't understand that. You have a team of elitists, well, 4, on your board of trustees. Me and any normal human being would be trying to learn everything that they can. You have experts in their field on your board, and you deny them the opportunity to apply their expertise. But at the same time, even at the township meeting, you want to double down on Robert Hunt's ability. He's a CPA, but he's also helping you hide your financial crimes, which is something that Jason House, Trustee Jason House, Senior Trustee Jason House, and Trustee Kiana Belcher will not do. And that's why you give them such slack. It's a shame that Trustee Kiana Belcher's picture is still in front of her. I mean, come on, Tiffany, grow up. I mean, for real. You know, you always say, I grew here. Yeah, I flew here. But the difference is they were raised, not just brought up. Some people are just brought up, okay? And there's a big difference in being raised and being brought up. And if you were raised correctly, you wouldn't speak to your elders, your colleagues, your fellow administration the way that you do. It almost brings me to tears sometimes the way you talk to Clerk Key, and she's excellent at what she does. You need to be learning from her instead of trying to strip her responsibilities. And I know that I'm resonating because every time someone resonates, you look away. So I know that I'm doing that. But let me also say before I run out of time. Okay, I'm looking at the time. Former Mayor Lori Lightfoot, please look into Chief Lacey, because what he did with Jedediah Brown and that lie he told in that false police report, which her cronies co-signed. And not only, let me just add this, because this was priceless. It was said, her crony was like, yeah, we was trying to sneak Doritos into the movie theater, and don't y'all make 6 figures? Both of you, what are you doing sneaking Doritos into the movie theater? Make it make sense. I mean, for real, that's just ridiculous. But please.
Ma'am, your time is up.
Okay, I know you're going to get mad.
Time is up.
All right. Next
Okay, if you don't calm down, I'm going to clear the room. Okay, last time I'm going to say it.
Repeat the name.
That's the clock again. Reset the clock, please.
Go ahead.
Greetings to all the law-abiding citizens who just happen to be surrounded by the police force for reasons that we haven't been able to figure out. I'd also like to welcome a certain trustee we haven't seen in a few weeks actually, because of various escapades in Las Vegas. And I'd also like to return all the sneers and the derision that nearly everyone has come up to this podium to discuss village business has received from the mayor, from the village administrator, from the $1 million lawyer who's not here today, I guess, and for our lying police chief. I say that because I was actually escorted from the building a few months ago from him. He said we were going to talk about it outside, and in typical lying fashion, he locked the door behind me, which is why a lot of people know you're a liar. A lot of you, that whole group up there on that upper podium, with a couple of exceptions, are basically liars. We have a situation that this never would have happened had they responded to us when she first came into office. We would go up there and respectfully ask questions, and she would ignore us, or they would ignore us. They would not do that in Highland Park, and where our village administrator comes from out there in wherever, in Orland Park and places like that. This would never happen. But we get treated like dirt because they think they can get away with it. That was interesting. Anyway, getting back to it, we didn't have to be here. Everything every subpoena that was issued are things that we, the citizens, have asked for years now. The trustees have asked for them. The clerk has asked for assistance in providing these services to us, but they were blocked at every turn from those worthless individuals that sit in judgment of the rest of us. And this is not the way it's supposed to be. You can sit there and look at your little paper or whatever, but you know they're coming for you. And I'm looking forward to it. I am definitely looking forward to that. And at least we have an audio system. I saw what they did in Thornton Township. Only one person gets a working microphone, really, a golden microphone. How much narcissism can you stand? Jeez. And if the shoe fits, slip into the red bottom slippers and prance off into the sunset, because we have had enough of you and your administration. And I have 12 seconds left, and I'm using every damn one of them. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
All right,
You're welcome.
next name.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Vivian. Just wanted to say a little speech because I know that Tiffany doesn't listen anyway. So I know she's listening or she'll watch this. May 31st, I learned just how much corruption existed in Thornton Township. I went to the meeting. It was supposed to be a big resource for everybody. However, out of the 17 municipalities, nobody received what they're supposed to get fairly. We were infiltrated and almost drained by the mayor, supervisor, unqualified, Tiffany Henyard. And I'm just saying, as a taxpayer, I was asked to leave the public meeting. My First Amendment rights was violated because I asked a question for clarification for something that was in a budget that we, the taxpayers, did not approve. Violating my First Amendment rights was not right, Tiffany, but I know how you are. I know you don't care. It's just sad that people can only do public comment for 3 minutes. We can never, ever get answers to our questions. So it don't matter how many questions that we ask you, you never, ever answer the questions. So this is why we have to educate ourselves. That's your word, right? Educate yourselves. Well, this is why we have to educate ourselves. It is a shame that we, the public, can't ask you anything about the BMWs, the Range Rovers, all of that. It's like you're keeping all of that hidden from the taxpayers, and we paid for those. Even if y'all didn't buy them, like Robert Hunt said, we know y'all leased them. So there's a difference between buying and leasing. However, Tiffany, I just pray that your mama had cancer. I really know that you swindled that money from that cancer foundation. And that was supposed to help the community, myself included. You promised us wigs, you promised us toiletries, you promised us other stuff that would be able to help. I just spent over $100 this week because I have vitiligo, which I found out that I have after I finished my radiation treatments. And guess what? Do you care to help anybody that have cancer or that's actually suffering from cancer and that actually completed that radiation in this community? But no, all you care about is the money that you're putting into your pockets. We're not even going to talk about the violations that you had at that meeting. And at this meeting, you always want somebody to just be quiet and like you're a dictator. You're not a dictator. You're supposed to be our mayor, but you're not qualified enough to be the mayor. This is why we have to stand outside. This is why you don't have the disabled come in first. You don't care about us. And I'm truly disabled. But that's something that you don't care about. Instead of y'all doing stuff for the township and the youth, maybe y'all need a program for disabled. Because understand that just because y'all think that the elderly are the ones that need help, so do the disabled. We sit in the house all day. We struggle. We have depression. We have other things that we go through. Do you care about that? Of course not. All you care about is the money that you're trying to take from us residents. We're
Ma'am,
tired of
your
you
time is
stealing.
up. Ma'am, your time is up.
Of course
Thank
it
you.
is. No, thank
Thank
you.
you.
All right, next person.
Hey, Christian.
Good evening, residents, my fellow residents. So glad to see you. Hopefully you will be here all the time, talk to your neighbors, bring them, and all of that. What I have to say, first of all, the mayor, the administrator, both are busy doing other things while we're speaking. I've always been told if someone is speaking, you should pay attention. I understand that you hear with your ears, but you still give respect with eye contact. At least the person feels like that you're listening. The information, the situation or whatever that I have to discuss is the procedures or way that we're treated as residents when we come to a village meeting. This is a village meeting where we're supposed to be able to get information, maybe what's going on in the village, share information with our residents, maybe that they're not aware of. But we're standing out in line. If there is, which I see this sign posted, I don't know if it's been there all the time or not, but the point just to refresh our memories or to enlighten us or whatever, or educate us, then put it on the door where the agenda is to let us know that there is an occupancy quota or whatever. How do we know that? Yes, it's here inside. I go along with that, but just a refresher or whatever, post it so we know. And before, if there was or is an occupancy or quota or whatever, in the past, we've had standing room only. And in the future, if it is a capacity of 43 seated people, then it may be a possibility that we need to look elsewhere so that we can have enough space for our residents. Even though none of our concerns or anything is addressed, it's just recorded or whatever, because the people that make the rules or address to the rules are busy talking between themselves, writing and whatever. So residents, stay focused, pay attention. And all of these, quote, lies or whatever, that's funny that there's documentation. One of our trustees even brought to our attention with a copy of the statement and asked, did anyone see it? So how can you lie with something that's in
Ma'am,
writing?
your time is up.
Thank you.
All right, next person.
All right.
Good evening.
Good evening.
How you doing, Mayor? Mr. Brown, Mr. Freeman, Mr. Holmes. You made a promise. This is a selfish mission that I'm on. 145-46. I see the news media here. Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 9. Come to this address and look and see the deplorable conditions that Dalton let this house get into. This house has been vacant for 6 years. I've been here. The mayor promised me that she was going to take care of it. Now, 6 years, you can't do nothing with the house. Now, I'm chasing people out of the house. Okay? Now, I'm maintaining the front. I'm not going to cut the grass in the back. The weeds as tall as this podium. What am I paying my taxes for? Mr. Holmes, Mr. Brown, you came to me and you asked me for a favor. You needed a signature. If I see you at my house again, you know what's got coming. You told me you was going to do something. My name is Cooper. I don't forgive. I don't forgive. You told me you was gonna do something, you didn't. Mayor, you told me you was gonna do something. You have not done it. You have not lived up to your promise. Mr. Freeman, you have told me something. You can write all you want. But every year I have to come and fight to get somebody to maintain this house. There's a guy that wants to buy this house, and you're blocking it. He's put money down. The house has been vacant. Now, I advise everybody to come to 14546 Shepherd Drive, and you look at this property. Now, would you want to live next to this? Mayor, where you live at? Mr. Freeman, where you live at? Mr. Brown, Mr. Holmes. Well, we know where you're going to live at. You're wrong. You're wrong. Everybody got complaints, but I'm telling you, time is catching up on all of us. Time is definitely going to catch up on you. Now, and coming to this meeting today, I haven't been here in 5 years. This is totally so disrespectful. So disrespectful. You mean to tell me you clowns couldn't get together and buy a case of water and put it in a cooler and give it to people? This is so wrong. This is so cruel. Y'all wrong. Y'all wrong. What are we paying our taxes for? Y'all think this is a joke? This is not no joke. I'm tired. I'm fed up. I invite Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 9, Channel 32, everybody come to 14546 Shepherd Drive. Find out where the mayor lives. Find out where Mr. Brown lives. Find out where Mr. Freeman lives.
So your time is up.
All right.
All right, next person.
Greetings, everyone.
Greetings.
My name is Raquel Bolton, and first of all, I'd like to address the residents of Dalton. I sympathize with you guys, and I hope that your complaints and your I'm sorry. Hello? Yeah. I hope that your complaints and your voices are heard. I'm here on behalf of Empower UC. It's a nonprofit organization dedicated to fostering positive change for individuals, families, and communities through outreach, mentoring, and educational programs. Between myself and the director, we've had failed attempts to receive any communication by the admin team, and we're here to ask for permission to host a free Father's Day celebration for the Dalton residents on June 14th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. We would like to use the Dalton basketball courts on Greenwood and the surrounding grass area for this particular event. I have information, contact, a letter for the board to review or to get back with me to see if this is possible. I mean, okay. What's the, nobody's gonna answer. Okay.
This is public comment, so everyone makes their comment. If you want to see any board member or anybody after the meeting, and we can address any of your concerns.
Can I share some papers or information? Can I walk? Do I have
right
permission?
there. You can give it to Medina right there.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, you're welcome. Next person.
Good evening. Good evening. Residents, Board of Trustees, Mayor, I want to say to the cops, to the rank and file soldiers, I have a lot of respect for y'all. But that clown for y'all, that damn chief of police, to try to put me out for nothing, to have me walk out, to try to get me out for what? For what? This is the type of stuff that we dealing with. Black people didn't sacrifice for us to get leadership and act like this. You didn't go through years of Jim Crow, segregation for us to get into this political position and treat other Black people like this. This is what we dealing with, this terrible administration to try to put me out. I'm struggling with my left leg, with my MS, but I'm here. This has to stop. This has to stop. We got a clean house. We got to vote all of them out. All of them out. Stan Brown, Andrew Holmes don't say nothing. Nothing. Y'all sit up there quiet. What do you have on you? Y'all don't have no freedom to speak? Do you have any nuts? Anything? I'm saying, I'm sick and tired of it. To hear them try to put me out, to try to like, hey, let me talk to you outside. And me go, I respect the cops, the rank and file soldiers who helped me, who said, no, you ain't gonna do this. But this, how much money has Chief Lacey cost his village? How much money? How many lawsuits? How many bad things?
Let them talk.
How many bad things has this chief done? And the fact that she got him the top cop, this has to change, residents. It's going to change the unity of the people of Dalton. That's how we change this. We got to vote her out, period. If you don't know your block, if you don't know your neighbors, come to the Dalton Trustees YouTube page, come to the Tea with the Trustees. That's how we change this. It's a mess. I can't believe this man tried to put me out. They tried to joke and try to cook me. I tried to shake his hand. No, he didn't want to shake my hand. You should be ashamed of yourself, Lacey. You should be ashamed of yourself. That's all I want to say.
Quiet, please.
All right. All right, that ends public comment. Next on the agenda is general announcements. Do anyone have any announcements?
Be recognized.
Go ahead.
I have a few announcements for community events. The Rural Estates Assisted Living is having Back in Time Senior Prom. It is June 14th. It's free admission, and it's located at 1515 East 154th Street. That's the old Dorchester. They have a few sponsors, Senator Napoleon Harris, the Dalton Park District, Fifth Third Bank, Noble Entertainment. And if anybody is interested, I have a flyer, and they also have a RSVP number. It is a theme for the Roaring 20s, and this is at the Rural Estates. Also, the children are out of school, so if anyone has children, they have some programs that's going on throughout the community. The Dalton Park District has summer camp that starts June 10th through August 16th, and that's a Monday through Friday. So if anyone has children, they also have discounts for multiple children. And they have an apprentice program, which is for children ages 12 and up, June 8th and June 15th, starting at 2 p.m. at the Dalton Park District, 715 Ingle Street. And then this program will also lead them to do an extended apprenticeship program throughout the summer. This is just some information just to get the kids involved. We know that they're out of school. They're not doing anything, sitting in the house playing on the games probably, but that's just some information. The apprenticeship program is free of charge. There's no charge. So it's students that do stuff like get carpentry skills, plumbing skills, auto mechanic skills, and construction skills. So I think that's really good for them to keep their minds busy. And the last thing is the Dalton Park District is having an all cancer awareness walk. And this is on August 31st, so it's still a little time. But those people that have survived cancer or is battling with cancer, it's an all cancer awareness walk Saturday, August 31st at the Dalton Park District. So we'll be saying this again when it gets closer to time. I release.
All right, anyone else?
Sure, can I be recognized?
Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Also for the Park District, we have Wind Down Wednesdays, and the next event is June the 12th, where you can come out to the park. It's for the East Pavilion, 4 p.m. to 8 p.m., and they have a live band. That's an awesome band. Soul to the Bone. They also have food vendors, food trucks, and also resource vendors there. So if anyone is interested, please call the Dalton Park District, 708-841-2111. And that is Wednesday, June the 12th. Also, adult co-ed league for softball, $1,200 per team, $100 per person. And that begins June the 2nd, 6 p.m. on Wednesdays and 3 p.m. on Sundays if you are interested. And that's for the East and West softball field. Also, last but not least, Tea with the Trustees every second Saturday. Please come out, fellowship with us, network with us, get some awesome information, get some questions answered that you can't get answered on the board meeting. That is every second Saturday. The next one is June 8th, 9:30 a.m., 14700 Evers. I expect to see everyone in this room this coming Saturday. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else?
Yes, Mayor.
Go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. I would like to invite everyone to the Dalton Park District Roaring 20s, a speakeasy fundraiser event. I went last year and I had a great time. It's at the Lesser Long Field House, June 28th, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., 14700 Everett Street in our very favorite village, right? The general admission is $150 a ticket, and you can feel free to contact Dalton Park with any questions at 708-841-2111. I also have another Dalton Park event for our pre-June 15th Food Festival basketball tournament, Saturday, June 15th. Right there in Needles Park, 142nd at Woodline. Admission is free. So everyone, please join us in Dalton Park, 1 p.m. until 6 p.m. I also would like to thank all the families who participated in our family White Sox night. And I'd like to thank the White Sox for the tickets also. All Dalton residents are invited to my 3rd annual family skate night at Linwood Skating Rink at 2030 Glenwood Dyer Road in Linwood from 5:30 to 8:30. Due to the support from all around the world, I made this one a little different. So if anyone have skated with us before, we typically fellowship and have a good time. But this one, with all the support from the different states, we have shirts that have the all around the world logo so that people from different states who support us can join the movement and skate with us. So if you'd like to participate, feel free to contact me at 708-968-4297, or feel free to email me at bnorwood@villageadalton.org. Thank you. And feel free to visit our YouTube Dalton Trustees page for any updates and events. Thanks, guys.
All right. Anyone else?
Yes, Mayor, if I could be recognized.
Go ahead.
Okay, on Saturday, June 15th, we will be at the Dalton Trustees in partnership with the Father's Day Committee. We'll have our 2nd annual Father's Day barbecue. This will be at the Dalton Park District in the East Pavilion. This is a free event. We had a wonderful time last year. Bring your chairs to get comfortable. Food and refreshments will be provided. It's from 2 p.m. to dusk, so it's a primarily all-day event. Great DJ, great times, and great to fellowship. So we would just love to see everybody come out. Again, Saturday, June 15th, 2 p.m. to dusk. Thank you.
Anyone else? Go ahead.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'd just like to say the Thornton Township Senior Lawn Program is up and running. School is out now. We have solicited to TF North, TF South, Thornridge High School, Thornwood. So the students are here. Feel much better now that they're out of school. And any individual that's from 16 to 24 years old, come on out and help mow the lawns for our seniors over the age of 60. It's a senior youth program where youth connects with seniors and seniors connect with youth. So it's a blessing that the youth have came out. They're coming in droves now. You can go online to www.thorntownship.com, jobs, 16 to 24. Also, you can come to the office at 16910 Westview, South Holland, Illinois. Contact number is 708-596-6040, extension 4007, or either 4008. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? All right. Next on the agenda is Mayor's report. So, as you guys know, I really, really love my city. I grew up here in the village of Dalton, and I don't want to do nothing but see the best things for my village. It saddens me that every time it's disagreement amongst anyone here, we call media. It also saddens me that the media only come out for a mess. I get it. Y'all using me for clickbait and ratings. I wish you guys will come out for the good we do in our community. It's tons of events that I post, that I advocate for, and that I showcase, because y'all literally go on my Facebook page, my Instagram page, my Tiffany on the Move podcast page, and you take my clips and use it to bring people into your stations. I think now you guys owe me a check, news, because you use my likeness and my name just for views. Please, please showcase the good in our village, because you're putting a black eye on our community. You're putting people, guys, you out of
All
order.
right, you're out of
You're out of
order.
order.
One more
Just like
disruption,
you-
I am clearing the room.
Thank you. Yes, he will. So just like you guys was quiet and I was quiet when everybody spoke, y'all give me the same respect to be heard. Just because some people may not like what I'm saying don't mean others don't like what I'm saying. So a lot of people that support Super Mayor, believe it or not. And I just need them to hear another narrative and not just the false negative narrative that's put out there by the Board of Trustees, the four, and also the media, and then the hate groups. And what you don't understand, or fail to realize, is people that live in our community that's being affected by the nonsense, the negativity. The people are getting threats from our staff to regular residents, and you don't understand the chaos that you created by just wanting to showboat or want 5 minutes of fame on the news. Shame on you. You and God have to deal with that later on in life. But anyway, as I was stating, I really, really want you guys to see what Dalton could be, what Dalton should have been a long time ago. People put out their narratives, and yes, we're going to entertain a lot of it as it relates to the facts, because you guys are following fiction, a made-up story. It is a smear campaign going on right now. People are using different people for political gain, and it's sad, but I don't want anybody that's young like me to be discouraged. Run for office. Public office is something that's needed and something that the youth need to take a stance and do. Do not be discouraged. I want you to continue to run, because I want you to see what it looks like when you go through controversy, but when you come out on the other end and you're victorious. Because when the dust clear, and it will clear, you're going to see the facts and what it really was, but not what they was telling you, which was lies. Everybody should know that media is deception. People sell you what they want you to believe at that moment. I got clips and all kinds of stuff people send me, believe it or not. I'm making a video for you so you can see what I mean about the news. It's a ton of things going on in the world. We should really be focusing on that and banding together. I'm about unity. That's why you see me always positive, head held high, and always walking in my purpose. God gave me the opportunity to be the first, but unfortunately, when you're the first, you get the worst. You get all the negatives. You get all the things that people think you should do, but what you are doing is what get overshadowed. As it relates to grants, I'll start with the grants first. As it relates to the grants, we have produced so many different things here. I know we put the $6 million in the budget. I know the board tried to take it out. You cannot get money once you take things out of budget. You have to basically plan for the money. DCEO grant, we're getting $1 million. I don't know if you heard about that. Of course not, because the news didn't display that. That will be here by June 30th. It's for $1 million for operating expenses. Again, these are things that we do here, meaning myself and my administration, but it don't get no type of play. And that's $1 million. Also, DCEO grant, another one for $112,000 is for capital improvements. That's for projects, things that you would like to do. So sometimes when you see us developing or doing things in our community, we have grant money to do it, but no one educates the public on the how. You guys just see it being produced and don't understand how we're doing it. So this is me telling you how we're doing it. Also, this is on the agenda for this evening. The IEPA is for $2.7 million. It's the lead service line replacement. Everybody complain about things as it relates to water and issues that we had in our town forever. Those are the things that I have been entertaining and fixing and putting a plan before the board so that we can vote on these items. Also, you guys know that our water tank had exploded when we had that storm. We are also in need of finding revenue to pay for that, and that is a major project. We also need to continue doing our streets, our sidewalks, and our alleys. Those are things that wasn't done, and you guys know this because if you've been here as long as me, you had to pay 50% just for a sidewalk that you would never own. Where they do that at? So if the sidewalk was $5,000, you had to pay $2,500, and the village paid $2,500. Under my administration, we don't charge you anything as it should have been from day one. It is free. If you call and let us know that it is cracked, broken, messed up, we will put it on the list and we will get to it. We've done a ton of sidewalks last year. We will do more sidewalks this year, and the same with street resurfacing. But while we're doing street resurfacing, we are fixing the sewers as well, because we have a lot of flood issues in our community that we are fixing. So again, Stop with the mess and pay attention to the things that really matter to community. Because when it hits our city, you want to care that these things are in place. But if you're so blinded by the person throwing a rock, hiding their hand with the mess and chaos, you will never see what's really being fixed in your community. Next, June 15th. Father's Day. We're going to have our backyard barbecue. It will be at Just Ice Rink. That address is 14312 Greenwood. Please come out and join us. I know that we had posted it 2 different times. Unfortunately, it rained, so we had to cancel it. So we will be doing that again. I'm praying for great weather. It's a way that we bring community together and we unify. One thing that I love about that day is we're celebrating the fathers, but at the same time, we're going to allow people to skate. We're working on getting someone to manage the skate rink so that it will be open always. And in doing so, it will be open on certain days. Monday through Thursday will be open, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it will be available for rental. This is a way we'll bring revenue to our village. So these are things we're working on. This is me letting you know what our plans are. July 3rd. July 3rd is the 4th of July parade and fireworks show. Again, since I became your mayor, I brought back a parade that has been dormant for over a decade. And for those that don't know, that's over 10 years. It was really epic last year. We started right here from Village Hall, and we worked our way all the way down Greenwood, which is now Greenwood Falls. And we went all the way to the school that I graduated from, Thornridge High School on Cottage Grove. We will be doing that same thing this very year. If you are interested or want to sign up, please sign up with Miss Medina. If you want to be in a parade or you got a fire engine, which most municipalities do, come and join the movement with us. Please join us for those things. Excuse me. Okay, so now, please don't be disrespectful. Now, I want to go over the videos and things that we have just done. One thing that we've done is Cop on Top. Cop on Top was really, really epic. It was really epic for us. When I say epic, we did great things. We was able to raise funds. This is something that they do every single year. And Cop on Top had people come from all over to support and donate. This was on our Facebook, and it is also on our website. Can you please play the video? That's the donuts right there on Tiffany. It was really nice. As you can see, portrait. They raised $2,900. Future on throughout the things that we have had a huge success in. Because the youth, he wanted to be a police officer, so it was cool for him to meet them and talk to them about what it is exactly that they do. My mind and my heart. Torch run. Congratulations, y'all give it up for him. Good job. Next, we have our Showtime at Apollo. Showtime at Apollo was at the rink. It was 14312 Greenwood. That was really epic. We had people from all over Thornton Township come up and show up and show out. They had voices, which was unbelievable. And then they had kids that did dynamite. You can play the video so people can see what that looks like. And then, by the way, we will be doing this once a month as well. So if you want to showcase your skills, Maybe a singer, a dancer, a rapper, anything like that. Come on out. For those in our rink, this is our rink. Again, an outdoor skating rink / ice rink. We turn it into ice in the winter, and people can ice skate. And in the summer, they roller skate.
Not at the Apollo.
That's Trish. He's actually a professional singer and have a band. One of our residents. All these enjoying residents. That young man does Biggie. Okay, he's one of our residents. So as you can see, it was really, really nice. People enjoyed themselves. Had a good time. Weather was great. And you can't never end without doing your electric slide. And those ladies love to do the slide. We had festivities for the kids. We barbecue for them. I think that was a meter house, right? This was showtime at the Apollo. We even had the law.
Even though rain can mean forever.
He's one of our rappers, for town, Slasher. Again, if you're interested in joining us, we do this once a month. This is food for the township. I was really happy.
Miss Anita, baby. You know, I always sit here and say, yeah. Everybody a winner. All right. All right. After the holiday.
Okay, so that is showtime at the Apollo. Before we start the tax levy, I would like to say two things as it relates to clerk. I am still in need of all village ordinances, which I still do not have. I am entitled to look at any ordinance that we have on the books, and I still don't have that myself or our administration. So we're still looking for that from you as it relates to a copy. We don't need the original, we just would like a copy. Next, Woodlawn and Greenwood, we will be converting that to a dead end. We're working on the particulars for that, so stay tuned. Those that do live in our community, when you go down Woodlawn, it will be closed off. We're gonna put notices out throughout the week so people can be aware of that. And then also we're gonna put reflectors there so no one runs into anything. Because on Greenwood, people who do that sharp left or sharp right, it will be cut off. So just reminding you of that. The next video is the Dalton tax levy. And this talks about your property taxes. This is one question that's always asked of me as it relates to our taxes being increased here in our village. Just so you know, for those that don't understand how it works, the Board of Trustees are the ones that raises property taxes. We have a tax levy. It comes up for a vote, and each year they raise your property taxes. So when people get to attack and say, mayor is you, it's not the mayor. It is the Board of Trustees. You should FOIA it. It's called Freedom of Information Act, and you can get exactly what you're going to see here on the TV. It will tell you who voted yes, who voted no. It will tell you the truth instead of what people are just feeding to you to get you to not like someone or think someone's doing something against their village. I understand that it's hard out here for everybody, and people need to work on delivering the message the correct way. So here's your truth. Can you please play the video?
First, I'll start with what tax levy is. Every year, we must levy taxes for our village. We levy taxes, get money to run our day-to-day operations, our police, our fire, our public works. All of those departments are levied by our taxes. So if we do not levy taxes, we will not receive the money to do the day-to-day operation, which is public service. In no way, shape, or form have I ever advocated to increase property taxes. As you know, as a trustee myself, I've always tried to decrease taxes, or if it's warranted, yes, you have to levy for taxes. But in this case, if you don't know, now you will know today. Every community passes a tax levy of 4.99%, no matter what the public says, because that's the levy that they can pass. If it's under 5%, you can pass it without going out to the public. When it goes above 5%, you must go to the public and let you guys know that. So if you go and you can FOIA anything I'm saying up here, you can FOIA any other towns, Harlan, Kansas City, Riverdale, Lansing, any town, and you'll see that they do the same thing. So that's what I'm gonna show you today. I'm gonna give you the facts. So I'm gonna take you down memory lane by going to 2017. Can you play the tape? So in 2017, we was at $6 million, right, for levying taxes. If you look and read on that page right here, they increased your property tax by 14%. This is what you don't know, residents, 14%. So if you read and go a little further, and you'll see who voted to basically increase your property taxes. On here, you'll see trustee Hacks voted to increase your property tax, and you'll see ex-trustee Stubbs voted to increase your property tax. But I wanted to give you the orders, and you can trustee voted to increase your taxes. So when you're getting information, you will have facts to go by. Then we'll go to 2018. 2018, they levied $9 million.
Every year they raise your tax.
And in here, if you look, same thing, taxes, trustees raise your taxes by 14% again. And that was again trustee House and trustee Stubbs. Of course, the rest of them voted as well. Trustee Muhammad, trustee Pearson, all of them voted. But I'm putting the two out because these are the people that's on your board now that's trying to do the spin cycle to tell you the opposite. So for years, they've been raising your taxes. 2018. Now let's move on. 2019. 2019, try to do the same thing. But this time, this is when everybody voted for it. So this is $10 million, 2019. Trustee Brown, not Brown, Stan Brown. Trustee Tammy Brown voted for this. Trustee Holmes, trustee House, trustee Steves. Everybody voted for this, but it stayed the same. On May 2020, same difference. It stayed the exact same, 0%. It was for $10 million. And then if you go and you're gonna read, it tell you who voted for in the lineup. Trustee Tammy Brown, trustee House, and then trustee Ed Steves.
Mayor Henyard.
Go to May of 2021. Tax levy for $10 million.
You out of order.
On here it says again, 0%.
And for the record, guys, this is the tax levy. You can get it and you see what it is.
What I wrote up there to raise your taxes, which is trustee Steve, trustee
But I'm
Norwood,
showing you when they
trustee
point
Belcher,
fingers.
trustee
Everybody
Tammy
on it.
Brown, trustee House. Everybody
Every
voted to raise your taxes 2021. Now I give you copies of everything I got. That way you can go home and read it.
Trustee
And you got your
Belcher's on there
evidence.
too, raising
People
your
send
property
you stuff. That's why I
taxes.
try to tell
Trustee
everybody, don't believe
Norwood,
anything you
trustee
hear.
Ed Steve,
Go fact check.
everybody.
And then when you have proof of yourself.
Everybody.
2022.
So every
Next tax
single
was
year,
$7 million.
they tell you not they're not
Say
gonna
it
raise
again,
your
I'm gonna
taxes.
assert
They do.
0%.
So
Quiet, please.
Taxes go up.
Quiet, please. Last time I'm gonna say it.
Every year. People that vote for it.
so you
Trustee
see
House,
the
trustee
factors
Norwood,
before you.
Trustee Ed
You
Stevens.
can pull
But guess what?
the ordinance
Trustee
for the
Tammy
tax
Brown said
levy,
no on this
and
one
you will
tax.
see
It was
that
election
every
time.
single
This is when I
time
was
they
voting
vote
for
to
the
raise
midterm
your
trustee.
property tax.
Belcher
I
voted
know
for it.
one board meeting,
Watch
trustee
go
House
first.
said he
Let's
didn't
go
raise
through it.
taxes.
Either
As you can
yes or
see
you
clearly,
no.
that
Right?
was a
You
lie.
go,
He raised
first.
property
You should
taxes
have just
right
said
there.
yeah,
Trustee
yeah, yeah, like
House,
you do any
trustee
other time.
Norwood,
I was gonna
trustee
point
Ed
that out.
Stevens.
It's all the taxes up to date.
Every year.
2022. Now the
So
new tax levy
I'm
that's,
giving you
being
evidence as long as you
presented
want
is
it
the same
to see
concept for
who's
$11
doing
million.
what while they
So
creating all
say
this chaos
0% on the
in our
surface,
community.
once again. And this one is the one that I'm saying we don't have a vote for yet, but people have to come to the board meeting, and then if you have a difference.
And
of
I held
opinion,
this meeting to
discussions for it,
educate the
and you
public.
come and you have a happy
And
meeting.
some
Because at the
residents
end of
showed
the
up
day,
and
we
I gave
must
them all the
provide services to
documentation
our
that they
residents.
needed. This is here in Charles.
Residents, follow the money. What the trustees don't want you to know is they have been raising your property taxes for years. You must follow the money.
Okay, so that is the tax levy for the village of Dalton. Then you can pull the same documentation from Dalton Park District, which is also part of your tax bill that you get at every 6 months. So that's how you make up your taxes for the community from our city, from Village of Dalton, and also from the Park District. Also included in that is your school boards. So District 148, District 149. It's also the College Board, South Suburban College. All these entities make up your tax bill. So when people say they did not, all you have to do is go in FOIA and get the documentation and then follow the money. And you'll know who's raising it and who's not. Next, I would like to announce that people talk about getting demos done. When I first came here, we was doing a ton of demolition here in our village. When the board decided to stop paying vendors, a lot of things stopped because vendors said they weren't gonna do work without getting paid. So to the gentleman that stated that we were supposed to demo a house, it probably was on the list, just like many other properties are on the list waiting demolition. Currently now, we're gonna see if we can utilize Public Works to get the property down for you. But right now, we normally have companies come in, they demo the property because Public Works has they hands full with a ton of work. Also, when they keep taking concrete vendors out of the list, and I'm pretty sure Stacy will speak to this later, we are not able to pour concrete because they won't pay for concrete vendors. These are the issues that we have, as well as water main breaks. But when they take vendors out, and that's what people don't understand, the backstory of things, we cannot get work done. Before we could call a vendor, they'll come out and they'll wait to get paid at next board meeting. But because of all the controversy and the mess and the lies that they see on TV, when they come out the next month to get payment and they see the board removing them, they are afraid to come and do work in fear of not getting paid. So I just want to point that out and clear it up for those that don't understand what's going on. Something I want people to know, Thornton Township, it is free events out there, free everything. So if you need help with your water, your light, your gas, mortgage, rental assistance, even help burying a loved one. I'm also the supervisor of Thornton Township. The GA department will help you. It is free to residents that live in Thornton Township. Also, youth and family services. We have after school care. We have all kinds of things, summer enrichment. All you have to do is sign up. It is also free. It's a first come, first serve. I spoke to the backyard barbecue already. We're going to also have a JB skate off coming up. Stay tuned to that. We either text blast you, email blast you, or we also do forms like this. Our senior department, for those seniors that want to get out the house, have something to do, contact our senior department in transportation. We take you to the doctor, we pick you up if you want to go to the grocery store, to the mall, things of that nature. So again, these are free services, again, that I wish the media would advertise. They advertise all the negative, but never advertise things that truly can help you grow or help you in your situation or time of need. Food pantry. If you need food, every Wednesday you can go to Harvey location, and that's where our food pantry is, and pick up a free food box. We also give out fresh produce. You guys love when I give the fresh greens, beans, potato, you name it, in the box. So each month we will have like a special meal of the month, whether it's ground beef. If it's ground beef, you can make tacos, sloppy joe, burgers, meatloaf, things of that nature. And then we show you how to utilize the things in the box for those that don't know how to cook and just want a tutorial on what to do next. Also for the senior department, the trips and the plays, we have that as well. People love it because it's an interactive thing for people to get out the house and just love on each other and have friends in other communities. Okay, last but not least, is my veto. Okay, on the agenda, you see that it said mayor's veto related to the May 13, 2024 special board meeting, which I call their secret squirrel board meeting that the 4 trustees hold. First, I have never actually seen a copy of the Mayor Pro Tem ordinance, which deprives me of my right to review the ordinance and determine whether to sign said ordinance or issue
All right,
a veto.
quiet. Quiet.
Okay, guys, you have to listen. Without seeing the ordinance, the trustees are infringing on my powers of my office. I am hereby vetoing the Mayor Pro Tem ordinance. While the Mayor Pro Tem ordinance is voided of it's unconstitutional infringement of the powers of the office of mayor. And because it is also illegal attempts to alter the form of government without a referendum. Therefore, their special board meeting, secret squirrel board meeting, is now vetoed once again. So I just want you guys to understand it is laws to this, and people tend not to want to follow them. And I know people want to be mayor, people want to run things, but you wait your turn. You don't do it in this form or fashion. It's said that everybody always trying to strong arm me. When I don't do things that people want me to do, they do this whole smear campaign against me. I think we've been doing a great job here. Things have been getting done. As I stated before, lights been getting fixed, trees been getting trimmed. You've been getting sidewalks done, alleys done, resurfaces of street, and also community engagement. One thing I love about my police department is we are on the street. They are walking, and they are also, please, can I have order? Thank you. So they are on the street, and then they also are riding bikes as well. So when you see them out riding bikes, no, they car didn't get taken from them. They are riding bikes as another form of fashion to engage with residents, and it's been really, really dope. So I just want you guys to know where we are with community engagement, and they will speak to their community engagement meetings coming up. That's all I have for my report at this moment. Next, we have village administrator. Oh no, village clerk's report.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
No.
Can you hear me now? Thank
Yes.
you. I just have a couple of announcements I'd like to make. Wednesday, June 19th is Juneteenth, and the village of Dalton will be closed in observation of that holiday. Also, this month begins the village Board of Trustees summer months, where there should only be one meeting, which we only have one now, but technically, according to the schedule, June, July, and August are the summer months for the Board of Trustees meetings, where normally we should have meetings on the first and third Monday of the month. I know the board has to have special meetings in order to complete that second meeting. But for the month of June and July, August, there will only be one board meeting for those months. And if you noticed, I didn't mention minutes because, of course, I didn't submit them because they're never placed on the agenda anyway. So what's the point in submitting them if I can't get them approved at these meetings? And that concludes my report. Thank you.
Right, next, we have village administrator's report. Okay, go ahead.
Good evening, Mayor. Revenues and state tax revenues have recognized $190,000 reduction compared to the prior year, with the largest decrease in personal property replacement tax with a reduction of $224,000. The village has also recognized a decrease in utility tax revenue consisting of tax distribution from Nicor Gas and Commonwealth Edison, a tax of $410,000. $76,000 of the decrease is due to not receiving April's Nicor deposit until May 2024. Overall tax revenue is down by $534,000 from the prior year due to delayed property tax in the previous fiscal year. After 2 years of delayed second installments from property taxes, Cook County is expecting the second installments of the 2023 tax levy collected in 2024 to be on time. And the village should start seeing property tax revenue again in August or September of 2024. Permit revenue has increased by 181,000. Red light revenue has increased by 237,000, and ticket collection has increased by 95,000. In March of 2023, outstanding tickets consisted of $3,768,815. And in March of 2024, outstanding tickets were $5,087,415. Grants increased by $433,000. And overall general fund revenue is $343,117.04 above the prior year due to the CDBG grant. Utility billing is $305,000 below the prior year, and that's consisting of $135,000 in residential billing and $151,000 decrease in commercial billing. There's also a $51,000 decrease in industrial billing. Thank you, Mayor. That'll end my report.
All right, we have Ron Smith, an engineer.
Good evening, Mayor, Madam Clerk, trustees, department heads, and residents from the Village of Dalton. My colleague will provide an update on projects we're working on, and then he'll address any comments or concerns that the board may have with the two items that are on the agenda this evening.
Good evening, everyone. I want to talk about the water projects that we're doing. There is a lead service line program that we're working on in town. The first part of that is an inventory where we want to find out who has lead water pipes or galvanized water pipes. We put out some surveys and we've had over 700 responses. So thank you very much for the promotion, for the responses. That's been through a grant with the Illinois Environmental Protection Agency for $150,000. And that helped us to develop our bid and program to do the actual replacements of the lead water pipes. So we've recently put that job out to bid, received a bid for about $3.2 million. We have a $2.755 million grant from the state. So we'll read the price of the bid to match up with the price of the grant. And that project will be starting very soon. That is up for consideration tonight. We have the bid tabulation and our recommendation to proceed with that project. I also wanted to announce that the village was awarded today on the draft list another $2.3 million worth of funding for the same project.
Yeah, come on. Congratulations. Okay, is that it, Ron? Can we please have order, guys?
Quiet.
There is an ordinance, a loan application, and some other things up for consideration tonight, as well as the approval of the bid. So if you have any questions, please feel free.
I got questions.
Okay, can we wait till we get to that on the agenda?
Sure.
All right. Okay, Ron, is that it for your report, Ron? Okay.
Yes, that concludes the report.
Okay, thank you. Next on agenda is department head reports. Police, Chief Lacy.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, board members, and residents. The Dalton Police Department issued 453 parking citations, 156 state citations, 4,920 red light citations. Major crime is down in Dalton, and I want to thank the residents of Dalton for when they see something, they say something. So that's been a big help. So thank you. For the Dalton Police Department, I want to give a shout out to my police department because what they do with a thankless job. They don't have to do what they do. They put their life on the line, and what they do is they rise above the top. So I want to say thank you to my police department. Keep doing what you're doing. Also, Madam Mayor, if I can, I want to add a few things. The Dalton Police Department has installed in-car cameras in every vehicle, Exxon cameras, which are top-notch. These cameras were brought in from asset forfeiture funds, so it didn't come out of the general fund. We've added 3 new police officers and currently looking at an additional 3. These police officers are being paid with the COPS grant that the federal government issues,
And I want to say thank you for the applicants. We are also hiring for police officers. So if you are a Dalton resident and you want to be a police officer, please go to the blue line, fill your application out, and we will call you in for an interview along with anybody else that's want to be a police officer. I want to say thank you. Also, I want to say thank you, Madam Mayor, for the cop on top. It was very successful. The Dalton residents actually participated, donated, and like was brought out earlier, we raised $2,900. And what that $2,900 does, it goes for Special Olympics. So when you see the Special Olympics come on this year, know that your Dalton Police Department participated in it and they raised funds for it. Last year, we actually helped another agency. But this year, Dalton did it on their own, so they raised $2,900, which will go to Special Olympics. I want to say thank you for that. Also, I want to add that our units that are out there right now, which is our drone unit, our K9 unit, our traffic unit, and we now have a overweight truck unit, which is that officer right there, even though I was going to shout him out, but he is one that's going to be out there doing the overweight trucks, which will bring in revenue to the village. At this time, Madam Mayor, I believe that is all I have on my report.
Thank you. Next, we have Fire Chief McCain.
I apologize. Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Tonight, we're going to switch things up, and I'd like to discuss emergency medical services and, most importantly, the fire department and the firemen saving the lives of our residents. Captain Brim and Engineer Stratman behind you residents at the podium. Ethan, who is our EMS coordinator, is going to give a report of the awards that the Dalton firefighters, EMTs, and paramedics received for lives saved in 2023 from Ingalls Hospital. Ingalls is our resource hospital. Captain Brim is here to receive the awards on behalf of the membership for the Dalton firefighters. Ethan, the floor is yours.
Son. Thank you. Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to speak this evening and mostly for the privilege of being able to serve the community. Our department currently has 15 line staff, 11 paramedics, and 4 EMTs who respond with Bud's ambulance service, who we have a phenomenal relationship with. I'm going to present awards that we got all throughout the year 2023. January 7th of 2023, Dalton firefighters with Bud's ambulance service responded to an unresponsive cardiac arrest. CPR was performed and advanced cardiac care was given. The person subsequently survived. March 7th, Dalton firefighters, along with Bud's ambulance service, responded to a 63-year-old male in a cardiac arrest. The patient was given CPR, defibrillation, and advanced cardiac life support. The patient was transported to the hospital and subsequently survived. March 12th, Dalton firefighters, along with Bud's ambulance service, were dispatched to the report of a cardiac arrest. CPR, defibrillation, and advanced cardiac life support was given. The patient was transported and subsequently survived. May 15th, 2023, crews responded to an unconscious person in a cardiac arrest. CPR and advanced cardiac life support protocol was given. The patient was transported to the hospital and subsequently survived. May 24th, 2023, crews responded for the unconscious patient who was found to be not breathing. Personnel began CPR, advanced cardiac life support. The patient was transported and they subsequently survived. June 21st, 2023, Dalton firefighters, along with Bud's ambulance service, were dispatched to a cardiac arrest. CPR was started, advanced cardiac life support was given. The patient was transported to the hospital and subsequently survived. May 19th, 2023, crews responded to a possible diabetic emergency. The patient went into a cardiac arrest. Crews performed CPR, advanced cardiac life support. The patient was transported to the hospital and they subsequently survived. September 20th, crews responded to a person having a myocardial infarction, which is a heart attack. The person was given advanced cardiac life support care. The person was transported to the hospital where they subsequently survived. October 28th, Dalton firefighters, along with Bud's ambulance service, responded to the report of a non-breathing patient. CPR and advanced cardiac life support was given. The patient was transported to the hospital, and that patient subsequently survived. November 28th, 2020, Dalton firefighters, along with Bud's ambulance service, responded to the report of unresponsive, not breathing patient. CPR, defibrillation, and advanced cardiac life support was given. The patient was transported to the hospital and subsequently survived. February 18th, Dalton firefighters responded to the report of a 17-year-old male who had suffered a cardiac arrest. On arrival, the crew defibrillated the patient. The patient was transported to the hospital, and the patient subsequently survived. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you. If everyone could get a round of applause to the firefighters and paramedics. It's important to note that not only are our crews out there providing fire suppression activities, EMS is one of the many important tasks that we do on a daily basis. Our firefighters are cross-trained as EMTs and paramedics and work closely with Bud's ambulance. I'd like to thank not only the Dalton firefighters and the 12 lives they saved. You guys did an incredible job last year, at least being recognized for those 12. I'm sure there's plenty more too, but also like to thank the dispatchers and the ambulance crews at Bud's, because as a team, we work together. At the end of the day, there's nothing more precious than life and saving that life and saving our lives and property. So thank you guys. I appreciate it. Come on up. Thank you. And that would conclude my report.
All right, next we have Stacy, Public Works.
Thank you, Mayor Henyard. Good evening, all. I would like to start my report out with sending prayers to our foreman, Jovan, who was in a severe car accident about 2 days ago. So if you can keep Jovan and his family in your prayers, and may he have a speedy recovery. Productivity report for May 2024. The Public Works Department repaired 2 water shutoffs, 2 emergency shutoffs, 4 sewers have been repaired, 10 sewer lines cleaned, 20 locations for potholes have been filled, 4 alleys cleaned, 15 properties cleaned, 15 vacant properties cleaned, 3 stop signs installed, 56 vacant properties / lots have been cut, and 36 vacant lots have been cut. As a reminder, as of April 1st, Homewood will come and pick up your brown bags. If you feel that they missed your brown bags, please contact the Public Works Department at 708-201-3280, or you can call them directly. We also have a second shift, and if it's after 3:30, you can also call 708-201-3240, and we will assist you. As the mayor stated earlier, services have been hindered hindered the services we render, being that vendors do not get paid or are not being paid in a timely fashion. Our reputation as a village is at stake when it comes to giving services to this community, because when you call for service, the first thing they say is, "Oh, Village of Dalton, no, we can't come over there. We might not get paid," or, "Oh, we can't come over there. We don't want our business to be in the street," which is hindering the residents. This hasn't hurt anybody but the residents. And the services that we are here to give to you. People call every day. A lady called earlier and she said, "Hey, they was cutting trees on my street, and then they stopped before they got to my house. What happened to my tree?" And I tell them the services have been reduced because of political reasons. And when politics are played, the residents will suffer. So,
all right, please, quiet.
Some people don't want to hear it. That's fine. I'm the person that you call when that tree is on your car, on your house, on your roof. I'm just telling you how it go. Again, we will try our best to service people in a timely fashion. But as you can imagine, if anyone in here has ever had a job, could you imagine coming to work and dealing with this every day and trying to get people service at the same time? So let's just be real about it and understand what's happening and pay attention to what's happening in your community. You all have the power to change it in the upcoming election. Mayor, that concludes my report.
Thank you so much. Next on the agenda is William Moore, Housing and Building Department. Okay, guys.
All right, okay, stop, quiet. Otherwise, we are going to clear the room. Okay? One more word, we're going to clear the room, okay? Everybody had a chance to talk, and they listened. Y'all do the same thing. If you don't want to, you can get up and leave.
Go ahead, Will.
Thank you, Deputy Chief. Mayor, good afternoon to our management team. Mayor, I just want to say to you as a fearless leader, continue. True leaders don't make excuses, they make adjustments. So continue to do what you do. We're going to continue to work to service not only those that are here, but those that are viewing us. We're going to continue to work and to service our residents to the best of our ability. And just so that our residents are not gaslighted about those that are sitting behind that podium, there's no sensitive information in the housing department. So you have to rest assured there's nothing for them or anyone to see back there. As a housing director, I make certain that we give our residents the best customer service that they deserve. So thank you and your leadership for that. Okay, I'll be giving the housing report as well as my building report for the month of May. And I'll give you this at a high level. I won't give you each and every line item, but for the month of May, we had 42 as-is sale inspections that total $12,945, 24 escrow checks deposited at $15,500, 37 housing tickets that total $7,250, and 31 vacant property registrations that total $20,000. For the month of May, in the housing department, we generated $61,570. And for the building permits report, for the month of May, we had 40 building permits that total $22,100, 19 contractor licenses that total $6,300, and 8 plumbing permits that total $3,041. For the month of May, we generated in the permits department $32,641. A total combined for both departments for the month of May was $94,211. Mayor, at this time, that concludes my report. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Next on the agenda is corporate bills. Trustee Stan Brown.
Thank you. Electronic payment bills for April the 30th, 2024. Corporate payment register, $157,316.21. Water fund register, $231,887.15. American Rescue Plan, $3,185.19, for a total corporate payment of $392,388.55. Their motion to accept the bills as read.
All right, so you motion. Is there a motion?
I'll motion.
Is there a second? Then motion and second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Trustee Norwood? No. Trustee Stan Brown?
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown? Trustee House?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes?
Aye.
Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right, Trustee Brown.
Warrant report, June the 3rd, 2024, corporate payment register, $1,725,431.06. Gross payroll, May the 3rd, 2024, $462,524.29. Gross payroll, May the 17th, 2024, $416,105.14. Gross payroll, May the 31st, 2024, $436,759.71. Melody Fitness Center, $1,244.32, for total corporate payments of $3,042,6,452.
All right, is there a motion to pay the bills?
I have an amended motion on those bills, Mayor.
Anybody want to make a motion to pay the bills?
Okay, so
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been motion and second. Any discussion?
I have a superseding motion on this one. So I would like to make a superseding motion to pay the bills as read, amending or removing
Okay,
the
hold on.
following.
Let me get a second first, sir. Thank you.
I-
Is there a second to his motion?
I haven't read it into record yet, Mayor.
What happened?
I have not read the motion completely into record.
I'm going to get the second first, and then I'll let you read it to record. Thank
To
you.
make you feel better.
Is there a second?
Second.
Y'all already know what y'all gonna do, so, all All right, it's motion and second. Now you can go ahead and read into record.
To approve the bills as read, removing the following: page 4, Delgado Law Group, $109,500.07. Page 5, Enterprise FM Trust, $66,347.70. Page 5, Existing Concrete, $14,123.03.
Negative concrete.
Page 6, Five Star, $122,325. Page 7, John's Pro Trees, $155,000 even. Page 7, KNM Ventures, $183,950. Page 8, Lopez Lawn Maintenance, $10,050. Page 8, Mosca Design, $65,700 even. Page 10, Raul and Sons, $181,950 even. Page 11, White Coat Pool Solutions, $34,788.58. That my motion is to approve the bills as read with the following removals.
All right, any discussion?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I just have a question in reference to some of the items. I actually contacted the village administrator today, and thank you so much, Keith Freeman, for responding back to me. But the Moscow designs that's on there for $65,000 was brought up before, and Tanjanique Miller has stated that it was paid for already. So I'm kind of confused because we still cannot get back in my viewpoint, but just trying to find out if she said on record it was paid for, why is it still coming back up on the warrant list?
I don't have that exact information for you right now, but I'll get it. If you send it to me in email, I'll respond to you.
Okay. I just feel that we go through this every month, and with everything going on, it comes to the part where we get to finances, and the finance people not even here to never answer the questions. The village administrator did read off some numbers earlier, but it would be great if we had it in writing. We've been asking for financial records since September, and here it is that it's June, and we still don't have it. We go to court about it. We're even getting sued by a TV station because somebody says FOIA.
Stick to the agenda.
I am talking about the agenda because the agenda was financial information that they requested, and you guys, FOIA, whoever the FOIA officer is, refused to give them the information. So that is the agenda because we're talking about money that we cannot continue to keep getting lawsuits because of people not doing their job. So it is directly in the discussion of what we're talking about. So as I was saying, I just find that that's very difficult that when we do ask questions, and I'm grateful for the response that was given today, but I'm strictly concerned about the $65,000 that Moscow Sounds wants, and the Tanjanique Miller stated that it had been paid for in cash. I'm done. You heard me.
All right. As always, people say whatever they want to hear, but my question is the White Coat Pool. Why do you guys keep taking out the pool, which you guys know we want to fix so the kids can take swimming lessons, and then we can also use it as revenue stream for our village to rent out? Is it a reason why you guys keep taking out the pool?
Yes, it's oh,
you got it, Trustee.
no, my question is, can you provide that we have insurance over there for that pool?
I'm asking, can you guys please fix the pool? You guys know the answers to all of this. Melly's been there forever, but it's just sitting there. We pay for it anyway. I'm asking, can we please fix the pool? Are you guys willing to put it back into the bills list so we can fix the pool, so we can utilize it this summer?
Can you answer my question? Do you have insurance over there?
We have insurance throughout the entire village, so that's a redundant question.
No, it
So
wasn't.
my
Do we
question-
have
okay,
insurance
I
for
just
the
asked,
pool
are you
at
willing
Melanie's
now? Are
Filming
you
Center?
willing to put it back into the bills list? Anybody willing to put it back in the bills
Okay,
list?
well, if I may be recognized, Mayor, I can respond.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so that bill was pulled out because it was not in the budget, and we have more than $2 million of bills that have been approved by the board that have not been released. So at this time, I'm not willing to adjust.
So you're saying it's not in the budget, and you don't want to fix the pool because it's not in the budget, just like y'all attorney's not in the budget, but y'all approve things. But okay, lawn care. What's up with the lawn care? People just stood up, complained about getting grass cut, because again, Stacy just told you guys, y'all don't pay vendors, people don't want to cut. And then when y'all get the invoices, you guys still don't pay the vendors as it relates to what they cut. Is it a reason why you guys don't want to pay for any lawn care service whatsoever?
Can Janice or Tangenique tell us how many checks are sitting on the desk that haven't been issued out
You guys
already?
always stray from the question. My question is about the lawn care. Are you guys willing to pay for
All right,
lawn
quiet.
care, or are we gonna just go back and forth over Q&A that everybody should ask before we get here? Because
It ain't really no Q&A because you're not answering no questions.
Out of order. Keith Freeman responded to you, so that's clearly he's answering questions. But okay, if y'all not gonna do nothing, let's move on. All right, call the roll.
We're in discussion.
Mary
Yeah, we're
Kay,
still in
please.
discussion.
Yeah, we in
Mary Kay,
discussion.
okay. Okay, you said you still got some?
Yes, ma'am.
What you got?
Okay, there are two vendors, which kind of goes to the point. MBD Solutions, which is a concrete vendor that replaces concrete in the village of Dalton, has emailed multiple times. They were approved by the board more than 7 months ago and have yet to receive payment. Can somebody advise on the status of their payment?
As you just stated, finance is not here. So why would we have that right here in front of us? See, this is what
Another-
I'm
All
saying.
right,
Okay,
quiet.
Order.
All
As
right.
you guys know, a mayor does not handle the finances. So stop. So if I'm telling you the answer, that's the answer. So if I don't handle finances, it has to go to the finance director or the finance department. They know that. But we sit here and we grandstand every board meeting for you guys. Everybody know the steps. They know how all this goes. To make it like somebody doing something. Finance not here. And they could have got every single question answered before we got here and put on this show for you guys to point fingers. Because guess what? It's election time. So here we go. But I'm done talking because I know y'all use me for clickbait. Whatever else you got, if we're not going to pass anything, we can just move
I was
forward
next for discussion.
on the vote.
I was next for discussion.
Okay, so y'all gonna talk to each other? Well, go
All
ahead.
right, one more time, I'm clearing the
I'm
room.
just saying.
One more time, I'm clearing the room.
Point of wasting my time going back and
Okay.
forth if we're not gonna amend or make changes or see the good in certain
I'll wait for
things.
her to
But-
finish because I hate talking when
Okay,
people talk.
go ahead,
I'll
say your
wait.
statements, and then let me know when y'all done talking to each other.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you for giving me permission to speak. Thanks. I appreciate it. Let's first start with this mayor and her smoking mirrors. You know, I sit here and we come and we say, you know, I say to myself, I'm not going to cut up with her today. Okay. But then I sit here and I listen to lie after lie. And she tells you everything but the truth. Like my grandma say, you're lying, the truth ain't in you. Now we sit here and we talk about finances when one, we haven't even went over a budget, a yearly budget. How can you ask us to make responsible financial decisions on behalf of an entire village when you haven't even presented a budget for moving forward, but yet you continue to say, make these choices, make these decisions. We don't know where we stand as a village in terms of the financials. You are paying vendors 10 times the money that they should be paid. So let me explain this for you residents. Let me educate us. A tree. We have a tree on the block. So we have residents calling about trees. And they have an issue with the tree. So we look on, well, when we were provided with access to my viewpoint, what we were noticing is we would have an invoice on there for $1,000 for a tree trim, okay? Then the very next month, we have another invoice for the exact same tree for $10,000 to cut it down. Sounds like double dipping to me. You sit there and you say, well, we have nothing to hide. Well, if there's nothing to hide, provide us with the information. That's very simple. The budget is due at the end of June. Yet it is June 3rd. And you all, this administration hasn't even provided us with the upcoming budget. We haven't even had a discussion. But what they'll do is next month, they'll run to us and say, hey guys, here's the budget for millions of dollars. And don't worry about spending time and going over it. We don't have time at the moment. We just need you to approve it. And then they get angry when we don't approve it. Our job as trustees are to make the best financial decisions for the village, not prioritize spending. You sit here and she asks the question, why aren't you all paying for a pool? How can we pay for a pool when you have how do you even ask a question like us paying for a pool when you have residents that have a pool inside their basement every time it floods. That sounds so inconsiderate in terms of spending. It's not right. We're sitting here and we're talking about prioritizing finances. That's all we're stating. Provide us with the information. That's it. So residents, please don't be fooled by the smoke and mirrors. If this administration will gladly provide us with the information so we can make the right decisions, we'll gladly come up here and prove it. Furthermore, we're supposed to have 2 meetings a month. We sit here, she decides that she don't want to show up to the second one, prevent us from getting access into the building, and then say, oh, by the way, you know what, guys, don't worry about discussing it. We're not going to have a CAL meeting for the residents so they can come and ask questions. Don't worry about discussing it with them. We'll just pass it either way. And it's unfair to the residents. Residents ask this mayor, why don't you have the CAL meeting so we can go back to having discussions so that we can discuss these things prior to us coming to the original board meeting where we make decisions. It's only fair. Thank you.
All right. All right. Can you call the roll, please? Thank you. Call the roll.
Okay. This vote is for the corporate bills AP warrant list, where Trustee House made an amendment to the warrant list. And I'll take the roll. Trustee Norwood? Aye. Trustee Stan Brown?
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown?
Aye.
Trustee House?
Aye.
Trustee Holmes? Trustee Belcher?
Aye.
Motion passed.
Okay. All right. So next we have a motion to terminate contract of Oderson, Sturk, Murphy, Frazier, McGrath, LTD as legislative counsel. Now, as you know, I always put this on this agenda because I keep trying to stress to you guys what Oderson group is trying to do to our village. He is the mastermind behind the 4 trustees. He is the puppet master, and he keep trying to go into our bank accounts and take funds from us after we say no. When we go in closed session or anywhere else, we make this the record. So the clerk should have this in the minutes. Even the insurance company told him he cannot take on more lawsuits as it relates to the village because he's suing the village, but he keep on wanting to be the counsel for the village, and he's not. Delgado Law Firm is the counsel for the village. So I keep pointing that out. Don't worry, I'm making a video for y'all. So I have a video ready for you guys, so you can follow. You can follow the dots. So stay tuned to that. Next on the agenda, is there a motion to approve a borrowing ordinance for 2.7 mil for IEPA loan forgiveness? Ron, where are you? Okay, Ron is there. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Is there a motion second? Any discussion?
Yes.
Okay, so Ron and his counterpart is there. Go ahead. What's your question? Go ahead.
Ron is here.
So my just quick question, when Jonathan has spoke about the $2.3 million that you stated that just was approved today. So has an application already been approved for that? And are you saying that we will have to have another ordinance for those funds, or will it be combined? And the reason I'm asking that is because if we need 2 separate ordinances, or if it's something that has already been done and we're not waiting to the last minute like now to get it approved.
That's a good question.
No, it is.
We submitted a what's called a project plan to the IEPA about 2 years ago that had 5 years worth of funding. It had the first year and had the second year that has 3 more. So based on that project plan, that's what got this second year approved. So it just got approved. It doesn't need to, this process with the ordinance doesn't need to happen until next June. So there's a new deadline of a year. So it would be a new application and a new ordinance.
Okay, thank you.
Any more questions?
Yes, well, a question or a statement. I would like to ask that the ordinance have 3 amendments to it. One on the ordinance number is ordinance number 15-018. So I would ask that we update that with our current sequence of ordinances. Also, section 5 and section 7 call for
the mayor's signature on the application document. I would like to request that 2 signatures be required on the application for check and balance and make sure that the board has an opportunity. So that second signature being the clerk of the Village of Dalton. So I would ask in section 5 and section 7 that it reflect the mayor and the clerk jointly make the application. So I want to amend this with the changes, asking for the changes listed.
Okay. Is there a second to the amendment?
Second.
All right. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. Next, is there a motion to approve a notice of intent for award for the full amount of Calumet City Plumbing's bid, which will be reduced by change order after approval of loan agreement? Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
The motion is second. Any discussion? Call the roll.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
Aye.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed.
All right. Next agenda is override of mayor veto issued on May 6, 2024.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve overriding the mayoral veto issued on May 6, 2024.
Second.
Is that second?
Second.
Is there a motion and second? Any discussion?
Yes, Mayor, if I may.
Okay.
After the completion of this vote, I would ask that Mayor Lightfoot, who's present today, get the opportunity to speak on this issue.
Is it something you want to say?
No, I would like Mayor Lightfoot to.
We're not gonna grandstand today, so if it's something you want to say, we're done with our meeting. So,
No,
something you would like to say?
we can add it in the discussion.
Well, my discussion was stated, so I will request, and I don't think that the meeting will adjourn until that happens. So we can prolong it as long as you would like, Mayor.
Well, I guess we will prolong it then, because at the end of the day, you can make your statement. This is not a political grandstanding moment, which this is what you guys turned it into. So you got something you want to say? You wrote a statement. You got anything you like to say? Okay. You want to call the roll, clerk?
Mhm.
You want to call the roll
I think
for
you
his motion?
requested that
I got a concern.
after the vote. Okay, sure. Trustee Norwood.
Got a concern
said
on that.
You have a
something you want to
concern?
say?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, sorry about that.
Go ahead.
Okay. As I hear, we have a investigation going on by the FBI at this time over the village. Is that what's going on right now?
We do. Okay, you out of
Quiet,
order.
please. Quiet.
Serious statement.
Quiet. Everybody listen to y'all. Quiet.
So we got an investigation over the village as a whole, of all the employees or just elected officials.
Whatever they put in the subpoena.
Just trying to get some clarity on this here.
All right. All right. Quiet. Quiet.
Where we at on that? Yeah.
I would assume it's it's tied to the subpoenas.
Or we just talking about this is investigation on the mayor or the village?
Oh, they're saying what we're looking over at. The investigation.
Last time, quiet.
The investigation is on allegations of. It was stated previously that there was an investigation done into what happened in Vegas, basically. So that investigation has not been shared with the board, and the board has made several inquiries. So that's one part of it. Also, the allegations or suspicion of commingling of funds or misuse of funds was another component of the request for this investigation.
All right. Last time, ma'am. You gotta go.
Okay, guys. Guys, y'all have to keep order. We have to keep order. We can't keep doing it. We're trying to get done with our meeting. All right, you can call anybody else? Okay, call the roll, please.
This is the override, right?
This is
Call
for
the
the
roll.
override of the veto.
Override of the veto, call the roll.
Okay. Trustee Norwood,
Aye.
Trustee Stan.
Guys, you are out of order.
Not speak over the people. Why are they doing that?
Okay, call her up.
Trustee Stan Brown.
He's
Stan
still,
Brown.
Stan is still in discussion. Go ahead, Stan, because you're in
So
discussion.
we're looking
Hold
at
on,
paying
you're not the mayor. Hold on.
$400 an hour for this investigation, with the FBI already doing it.
Yes.
Okay, guys. Yeah. Excuse me. Please. You gotta have order. You good? Okay. Go ahead, trustee. What you got? Stan?
That's it.
Is
That's it.
Okay. Call the roll, clerk.
Trustee Norwood.
Aye.
Trustee Stan Brown.
No.
Trustee Tammy Brown.
Aye.
Trustee House.
Aye.
Trustee Holmes. Trustee Belcher.
Aye.
Motion passed to
All
override
right.
Mayor Cito.
Next on the agenda is motion to adjourn. Is there a motion? Is there a motion to adjourn?
I have a motion to suspend the rules.
Second.
Aye.
Do you have a motion to adjourn?
No, motion to suspend the rules.
Guys, we're done with the meeting. All the grandstanding can stop. It's over with. So that's it. Can I have
Okay,
a
let's
motion
go.
to adjourn? It has been motion. Is there a second?
It wasn't a motion to adjourn, Mayor.
Trustee.
Oh.
Trustee, did you? Trustee Holmes, did you adjourn the meeting? Okay, he adjourned. Is there a second? Is there a second to adjourn the meeting?
So I have a question because
Okay, guys. Can we
the
motion to
attorney ain't
adjourn
said
the
nothing.
Guys, you are out of order.
Let her speak.
Guys.
Let her speak.
Okay, nobody gonna speak. We gonna clear the
Let
room in a
her
minute.
speak.
We're gonna clear the room.
Let her speak.
Guys.
Let her speak.
Hello. Nobody's gonna be heard if you keep talking.
Then we got a motion on the table.
Yes.
Is the attorney, excuse me, attorney, do we got a motion on the table for the record? I just want to know.
With all due respect, Lightfoot, you do not have the floor. We are adjourning our meeting so we can go. So
Yes.
if he had something to say, he could have wrote it. He could have wrote it and did all that. This is all grandstanding. This is what we're doing now. It's said that we have to go through this because everybody's using every opportunity for a political deployment. Like, guys, come on. Come on, guys.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
All y'all gonna do is rowdy up people. That make no sense. Guys.
Thank you.
Y'all will be.
What I would say is that it's an honor to be working on behalf of the residents of Dalton.
There's no respect.
We have
around here,
not
and that's what I'm saying,
rested
because
while
you was
this
once the mayor,
procedural
too.
matter
You
is
should
in
not even
limbo,
be
and we're not going to
disrespectful like
allow anyone to stop us
that.
and obstruct our ability to get to the facts. So thank you for your confidence, and we will continue working. Even though they turned the mics off, we will continue working on behalf of the residents of Dalton, and we will give you the facts that you deserve.
Okay, y'all done now? Y'all done with the grandstanding? Are y'all done with the grandstanding? All this was grandstanding. All this was plotted. Don't y'all see the political play right here? She was once the mayor of Chicago. She come here to create chaos. Think about it. But yet we sit here and we do this. Why would we pay anybody any money if y'all have the actual people, meaning the FBI's here? So why would we waste money that y'all say we don't have? All right, guys. All right. Clear the room. Clear the room, guys. This meeting's adjourned. Everybody out. That's what I told y'all. It's time to go.